What's going on, ladies and gents? This is Taylor, and today we, or rather I, you can pretend if you want, grab your controller, hold it up in front of your computer monitor, we'll have a game of it. We're going to play some zombies on Riese's, because if I can't be 100% sure that I'm pronouncing it correctly, I'm going to be 100% sure that I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. You know, you just got to have those for sure things in life, and that's one of them for me. So Riese's is what we're playing now, knife only. I'm going to use the bullets in this gun just because that's how all of these challenges work, because you always do that. But anyway, so real quick, first and foremost, I uploaded a video last night, a Would You Rather, and generally people really seem to enjoy those, and it really didn't get out to many people. I guess YouTube had a little publish mishap, a little faux pas on their end, and so if you would just go click that link in the description, the first one, and it'll take you there, I would be forever grateful. Probably not forever grateful, actually. That'd be giving you way too much credit. I mean, it's just clicking a link. You don't need, like, incentive to do that, do you? I mean, I like to think of links as fun internet magic portals, not so much an interesting line of blue text. Just, you know, it's a portal that takes you to a new realm of the internet, you know? Think of it like that. Go on over there. Enjoy that other realm. It's like a teleporter of knowledge and content. But, well, that was sensationalized. So anyway, this video is me talking about different topics that you guys submit to me on Twitter. And so if you do not follow me on Twitter, that is a damn shame, and you should change it post-haste. Make sure you get on that if you want to contribute to these videos. And if not, you just like listening to other people's contributions, whatever floats your boat, man. You know, whatever. But anyway, first one. B. Duro wants me to talk about gays who kiss in public and try to make a sense. I guess you mean take a stance? I think that's what you mean. So gays who kiss in public and try to make a stance. So I mean, you have to look at this kind of from an outside perspective, because for me, it would depend on what kind of gay people were kissing. And, you know, if it were two dudes making out, I'm naturally not going to be as comfortable with that as if two ladies are making out, because I'm a heterosexual male, and so it's way easier for me to be attracted to two women than two men. And so it's not like somehow male gay relations are just intrinsically more disgusting than female. It's just from our perspective, clearly they are, because we're heterosexuals. That's not appealing to us. So from that perspective, you kind of just have to realize that even if that does make you really uncomfortable and you don't like it when people do that, like, as long as they're being reasonable and not like just doing ridiculous, just overly sexualized things in public, I think you should respect it, just like you would respect a heterosexual couple doing the same thing. So the rule I make with that is, if it would be ridiculous for a heterosexual couple to do it, then it would also be ridiculous for a gay couple to do that. Like, the ridiculousness of sexual conduct in our culture, it's not depending on what your orientation is. It's just kind of like we already have rules of what is normal sexuality. And so hope that kind of addressed what you wanted me to talk about. Maybe not. I don't know. But let's pop this door open. I want to get me that boozy knife and go to town on these bros. Alright, so next. Kev the Tryhard. You should make a video about what you think happens after you die. I think your subs would like to hear that. I know I do. So, what happens after you die? I mean, asking me to talk about it, like, yeah, I could probably think of some creative, interesting things to say about it, but it would all be speculation. Like, that's just like you asking me, like, hey, Taylor, I'd really like to know what the conversion rate is between Zelda's coins and Mario's, or something like that. Like, you could say whatever you want, and you could find and just make up evidence for whatever stance you want to hold, because it's a fictitious thing. It's not real. You can make whatever you want out of it. Not to say that dying isn't real, but the idea of an afterlife at this juncture in time is pretty much fictitious, because we don't know 100% if it's out there. And, like, if it is out there, we have no experience with it, and we don't really know. So I guess my answer, if I wasn't trying to be entertaining and think of something, my honest answer would just be that it just is exactly the way it was before we were born. Before we were born, it was blackness. It was dark. We didn't know anything existed. We didn't know we were missing out. We didn't know anything. We just had ceased to be, and so, or not ceased to be, we had yet to be, and that's the same way it's going to be when we die, I think. So, and once again, I could be 100% wrong. Who's to say? I don't know. Zachman 4-6. If you controlled the world, what would you do? Well, that is a very pertinent question, seeing as how I am just riding the crest of political success right now, just creeping up on that presidency, you know? But, yeah, really, though. I guess my biggest thing I'd have to do immediately is to outlaw Crocs. Because Crocs, if you don't know, look them up. It's a disgusting styrofoam shoe. It makes people's feet look disgusting. It's a travesty. It's a disgusting abortion of a footwear. I don't think that they should be allowed in any way, shape, or form, not even for medicinal use. I'm 100% against medicinal Crocs under any circumstance. It's an abomination. I think it's disgusting, and I think it's sad that our country has slipped this fall so as to allow something this disgusting, this pervasively gross to just, you know, infiltrate our culture. I think it's a sad reality, you know. I think we need to get rid of these before they get rid of us, honestly. It's a sad truth, but it's a truth. So, Taylor, 2016. Or, I guess I couldn't run in 2016 either, because I think you need to be 35, or 35 might be Senate. Ayo! Didn't know if that grenade was going to work. So, 35 might be Senate. I could be mistaken, but if 35 is president, I've still got quite a while to go. Oh, gonna pick up on that maximum ammunition. There we go. Probably should have left a crawler. Not a big deal. These guys are just going slow-mo out the waz. All right. Maddie Doran, 15. Please talk about your views on drugs and why. Also, give me a small shout-out because I was one of your first subscribers. So, all right, small shout-out. Maddie Doran, 15. Yay! Shout-out. So, in the question, talk about drugs. I just did a video on marijuana, and so you can check that out if you want. But as far as drugs, I mean, I don't want to be your parent. I don't want to give you guys advice about a lot of stuff like that because honestly, I'm not really that old either. I still have a lot to learn in my life. But what I've garnered thus far in my life is that usually a good answer to stuff like this is just use common sense, use discretion, don't be an idiot. If your friend tries to convince you that, hey, maybe heroin or crystal meth would be a fun thing to try once, like that's probably not a good idea. That's something you would ideally want to steer clear of. So really, I mean, and that's not even to mention the fact that different drugs affect people in different ways. So for me to say that a drug is 100% wrong isn't really fair because, I mean, I haven't experienced every possible way that drug's been experienced. I've only through my eyes, and only even then if I've done that drug. So, I mean, my advice is just to use discretion. Just be smart. Just don't... and that sounds stupid and like just simplistic advice, but really, just think about it. Just before you do anything like that, just weigh the pros and the cons and think about it. That's... and you'd be surprised how many times people just don't do that, and that's when you end up in trouble. So